There are times in a choir director's life that you're on stage or you're in a church and you're doing a performance of your favorite song or a new song, and the choir and the musicians are working together. Everybody is on the same page, and all of a sudden everything goes left or right, whichever way you're looking at the screen. But everything just go into a chaotic spin, and you're standing there saying, "Oh my God!" And so many times, our normal reaction is to get hysterical, to get upset, and act a wee bit out of character. But in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that I learned and I implement in my mind, and I keep it in my little choir director's stash of mental tricks so that I can get the choir and the musicians and everybody back on track into the performance and do the job that we are called to do. Stay tuned. It's time to discuss those 3 things, but before I help you, I need you to help me. And hit that subscribe button, yes. And then hit the little bell, ding, ding, so that every time I do a video, this little 10-minute pop-up session, you will be notified and know that there is information online now that can help me in detail, give me some pointers on how to fix or to rearrange or do whatever's necessary to fix the problem. Number 1, whenever your choir goes off key or your musicians go off, the best thing I do is, number 1, I separate the choir voices, or I separate the musicians, or I separate the choir from the musicians. In other words, there's a separation process, right? The normal thing that we do, most directors do, when somebody gets out of cue, what do? We hone in on the one that's wrong, and we stand there, no, da, 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 focusing on that, trying to correct that one. No. What I do is the complete opposite. I focus on the one that's doing it right. So if I have sopranos, altos, and tenors, and the altos, who are the most beat up on people, if they're right, I tell everybody to be quiet. I go to the altos, I sashay over there, to the beat of the music, clap or do something, to kind of smooth it out and tell everybody, let's just clap and rock, let's go. And then I go to the altos, have them to sing it repetitiously. And then I will add in the tenors or the sopranos, whichever way I want to go up or I want to go down. I add them in and get everybody on sync. And then I bring the musicians in unless I told them to be quiet. Now, if the musicians are off and the choir is on, then I ask the musicians to be quiet. I let the choir continue to sing a cappella, just keep singing it, because a lot of times the audience like to hear the choir sing a cappella anyway, right? So I let them continue to sing while I'm walking over there looking at the musicians like, you ready? Are you on cue? You're supposed to be in the key of B flat. I don't know why I heard A over there, but you need to get where you need to be. Is everybody right? And then I may separate them, start with the organ, start with the drum, start with whoever to get it synchronized back and musically, and then bring everybody back together. But the main thing is I don't draw attention to who's wrong. No, I draw attention to the one that is right. Psychological. Because if I draw to who's wrong, then the audience knows that we messed up, right? If you're a competition choir, you only got one time to get it right. So you got judges sitting there. You don't want to make a scene. You want to try to fix it as soon as possible. If you switch to the person who is doing right, 10 times out of 10, everybody else is not going to even know that the choir was wrong. Right? Because if you do it right and do it smoothly, they'll think it's part of the routine. Oh, she just decided to do something different. No, actually, I was fixing it wrong. But they don't need to know that, right? Because your back is to the audience. You're talking to the choir, right? So it doesn't matter what they think. Your job, you are in charge of the entire department. It's your job to get them back in sync. So another technique I use is I get the audience involved. Okay, and both of you all are acting up and it's just not right. Okay, let me grab this mic and tell everybody, guess what? We about to do a mass choir. I have everybody singing. The pastor, the first lady, the church mothers, the deacons. I have everybody, the ushers, everybody singing, right? We all the mass choir on today. And actually, that's a good thing because we've gotten to the point in our churches where we don't do congregational singing. the music and the praise team overshadow everybody. So now we've gotten the church into an entertainment mode. That's also another show. I'm not going to get into that. But we have trained them not to participate, to just sit there and, no, church is supposed to be participatory, right? So what I do is I turn around and I get everybody involved. And it's actually a better thing because then it opens everyone up and make that family love come in, which makes it easier for the pastor to bring the word or whoever's been designated for the day. So that's what I do. Make the whole church, and instead of the church or the people noticing that something was wrong, they're focusing on the love and, oh, I got to sing today. I haven't sung in the choir in so long. That was so beautiful what you did and all of that stuff. And I'm sitting there like, oh, thank you so very much. And all the time I'm looking at the choir, I say, when we get to choir rehearsal, okay? I don't know why you did that, but we're going to deal with that later on, right? That's the second thing I do. But the third thing is the main thing out of all of this: stay calm. Do not throw a temper tantrum. I had to learn that the hard way. My mom was a choir directress, and she told me, she ripped into me about that. Always having a conniption, getting mad, turning red, and she was like, stop it. You need to remain calm and put your thinking cap on and get everybody back on the right track. And after so many years of doing that, messing it up, I finally realized, it's not helping me. It's not helping my reputation either. So the best thing for me to do is figure out a way how to get everybody back in sync. But the most important thing is to stay calm. The choir and the musicians are humans. We make mistakes. Even myself as a directress, I make a mistake. I forget the song. Sometimes I forget it. And I tell them to go one place, and then they end up somewhere else, and I'm like, oh, I told you wrong. That's not where I wanted to go. So we make mistakes. We all do. So you have to keep that in mind. That's part of staying calm. Realizing as a manager over a department, an emotional-driven department, right? Our department is full of emotions because you need emotions in order to sing, to get the message over across to the people, right? So you as the leader, you have to stay calm because you're telling them to get involved. You can't get so involved that you get out of character. And that's what you don't want to do as a leader. Because when you do that, you stay calm and you get them back in track. You're using either one of those techniques that I gave you. They develop a respect for you. They develop confidence in you, realizing that even if we shipwreck this thing, he or she is going to get us back on track. Your choir needs to know that. That is like the worst thing ever. Every time you're hysterical. When I make a mistake, oh my God, you're going to lose choir members that way. I don't care how popular you are. You're going to lose people that way. You don't want to do that. Your whole motivation is that we sing to the glory of God, but in the meantime, you want to grow the choir. You want to mature them and teach them how to handle, right? And when they see you stand there and you just going on, I'm not going to scream at you. You know I don't like what you did, but I'm not going to scream at you. I'm just going to get this back in order. And you will be dubbed, even though you may not be the Grammy Award winning or a Stellar Award winner or whatever, awarded director, you will be known as one of the best directors, not only for your technique, but because you remain calm. If you can remain calm, that's half the battle right there. Because when you're calm, you're able to think, right? When you're upset, you can't think. And if you get upset at the choir and at the musicians and you're mad, you don't know how to fix it. So you got this span of time of nothing, and then by that time, everybody, surely within that span of time, whether it's 30 seconds, 40 seconds, or a minute, everybody will know they messed up. But if you learn different techniques, you may not use those two, or you may use one or the other. Just a bonus technique is sometimes you just stop and just start clapping. If the song is a clap song, just start clapping. If it's a slow song, then you just tell everybody lift your hands and just pray. You got to come up with something in order to get into the way where you can fix it, right? I hope I helped you on today. I just gave you 3, that's all, 3 things and a bonus to help you out and know that it's not the end of the world. I know it always seems to happen at the wrong time, but that's just how it is. And as a choir director or directress, you need to be prepared. No matter how much you practice, you need to be prepared and know things happen. They're human. It happens. It's not the end of the world. Just fix it and keep it moving. Do your job and do it well. Right? Listen, if you enjoyed this, put it in the comments. If you have a question, put it in the comments. If you have something that you want me to discuss, put it in the comments. And subscribe. Do help me out. Subscribe. And thank you all to all of you who have subscribed. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. But subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button if you like this video. And hit the notification bell, ding, 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 so that every time I do this videos like this, you will know that there is information that you can add to your choir director's mental stash bag. I love y'all, and